I was 18 years old. My life was a mess. Well, it was a mess. And I was just recovering from the hot mess that my life was. I had left Florida A&M University, and I'd come home to finish school. I just couldn't stay there anymore. I needed to be by my mom and dad. I needed the security and the comfort of being at home, and that is where I was. I was recovering. And this one day, my dad was going to Target. And I was like, okay, I'll come with you. Why not? Because I'll come with you. I was just in a crossroads, just confused. Like, why was I've told you the story that I was depressed before, and this was at the end of the depression, and I was just coming out of it and wondering, how did I end up making such a huge mistake? Don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. I don't usually share with people the actual mistake that I made. Maybe one day, but today is not the day. How could I have made such a huge mistake? How did I allow things to go this far? And this was the time after I'd come out of my depression where I was thinking about it, trying to understand the situation and just process it and see how it fit in my life. And I just needed to know that things were going to be okay. I knew things were going to be okay, but right at that crossroads, you're still like, am I going to fall back into depression? I don't know. Just your life was confusing. I was at a new school. I didn't know anybody. All these people, they went to school together and they knew each other from elementary school. Even though they were now in college, they were still in college together. And it was just different. And there I was in the Target parking lot. My dad had already gone in, and I was just like, I'll just wait out here in the car. And I looked up in the sky. There was no rain about to come. I didn't hear anything on the forecast. This was back in the day, so it wasn't like I could check the weather app on my phone. You just couldn't do that. I didn't check the weather on the TV that day. I don't expect any rain. But I looked up in the sky. It didn't rain at all that day. I looked up in the sky, and there was a rainbow. Not just one rainbow, two of them, brilliant, right stacked on top of each other. Oh my goodness. Listen. I told y'all when I was rescued from that depression, how God touched my shoulder and said I was going to be all right. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be all right. This was another reassurance that, girl, you are going to just be fine. You will never be destroyed by depression again. That is the message I got from this double rainbow that just appeared out of nowhere. It didn't need to be there. There was no rain coming. No rain had not just fallen. It just appeared in the sky. I knew that God sent that rainbow just for me. Maybe there are some other people that looked at that sign and thought it was just for them too. Don't matter. I thought it was for me, and I was so excited. I remember that to this moment. Listen, let me tell you, wisdom understands that there is always a sign of hope if you just look for it. When your life is down, there's a sign of hope. And sometimes it's right there. Sometimes it's blatant like a double rainbow. And sometimes it's just subtle like a phone call or just going out and taking a deep breath and understanding that you're still alive or somebody. There's always a sign of hope. And then there's stupidness. There are hopeless. Even the most blatant sign of hope they will overlook because they're so bent set on being sad and being hopeless. Just understand that when you're hopeless, there are signs of hope to pull you back. Remember, there's wisdom and there's stupidness. Choose wisdom. Remember, show me your brightest, show me your best, show me the latest guru. God's wisdom lets theirs look like stupidness. Magic.